been stuck on stuck on
Hello? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I was cut out of it. We were just discussing this the whole time if I was going to be cut out. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
Been a busy couple weeks here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy busy for us too. But let me turn up my volume here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good to me.
Okay, good. But how's it been? Have you been flying at all? I don't even know the last time we had you on.
Yeah, I had been out at the track a lot. I've been meaning to send you guys some video footage too. I should just send you guys a whole memory card in the mail. That'd probably be easier.
Right?
But yeah, I was out hitting the track quite a bit and doing a little bit of new design stuff for my store. I think I told you guys about this timer I was working on earlier. So I got that prototype metal case a little bit further along.
Nice.
And you can kind of see this is the stuff that these guys developed. It takes a Raspberry Pi board and then they developed this other receiver stuff. And you plug that in and put their code on it and it becomes a race timer. But anyways, I'm going to try to probably market and sell this like tough stainless steel case for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I've been tinkering with that. I sent one to a racer named Griff. He's a well-known racer. He's just a friendly guy and he's on Facebook and stuff. So a lot of people know him, but he's probably more ambitious about testing it than me. That's nice. Sometimes racers always are happy to get free gear and, I get some free testing out of it. Anyone that gets some free stuff is more than welcome to send some feedback, so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't have time to hook the timer up and go out there to the track and do, there's a setup process and I want to test how well the case performs. Part of the case isn't just protecting it. It's they're almost too sensitive. They use like goggle analog receivers is how they're sensing the quads go past. But when there's a lot of quads flying around, you get false readings. So people take and put them in like a cardboard box lined with tinfoil and just have one side open. And that kind of shields the sensitivity of it. So it's only pointing in one direction. And I'm kind of trying to get that metal case to work as the radio shielding too. So there'll be a little bit of like trial and error with that, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then I got you recommended some work to me and my buddy Nate. So that changed my whole scheduling things.
Change your schedule. Oh boy.
I had signed up for Pilots Institute Part 107 training because I really need that in the long run anyways. But I probably signed up for that 6 months ago and got through like 25% of it, and it's pretty dry. So then I just haven't been doing it. So
Yeah.
this has been,
At least it kind
just
of
some new motivation.
Yeah, new
So
motivation.
they recommend you do an hour a night for like 2 weeks, and then you
Yeah.
get it done. But I'm opting to do like 6 hours a day for 3 days instead or something. It's been pretty
Yeah.
brutal though.
Yeah.
I would say that Pilots Institute course is laid out. It's good. It's understandable. I don't think it's that hard to memorize or learn, but
Yeah.
man, it's just boring. It's just monotone.
Boring.
And
Yeah.
like, there is nothing cool about watching it. I keep falling asleep and then having to go back and rewatch the part that I figure out where I fell asleep.
Oh yeah. I did med school and everything for being an EMT, and like that's the monotone, boring stuff that was like so, and it was a lot of information. It was a lot of information.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But I didn't do the 107 or anything like that. I don't have that planned in my
It's
agenda.
been pretty
We don't make
interesting,
money doing
actually.
anything.
I don't know how much extra they put into that Pilots Institute course. He's in his introduction. He's like a regular airplane pilot too, and he kind of says like, we're gonna go over what you need to pass your Part 107, but we're also gonna just teach you stuff that we think is relevant and useful. So
That's cool. Yeah.
I was reading some of the regulations after I got significantly into it, maybe like 40% through it or something. Then I actually pulled out the government regulation right from the FAA or whatever and started reading that.
Yeah.
I almost think you could probably save yourself some money and just literally read the regulations. And you could probably learn it that way too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's some stuff in there that I find useful, I guess. And who knows where you're going. I guess if you're going to really be commercial, they talk about like airport signs and like the signal beacons and stuff. If you were working in close proximity to an airport, you would maybe want to know some about, like, they teach you about the flight patterns and stuff just so you can understand like what the hell's going on at an airport if you happen to be working a commercial job that puts you real close to that stuff. So
yeah
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So the job that we're talking about, do you want to explain it? You probably know more about it than I even do. But
yeah,
basically,
we're still sort of in the planning phases of it, I guess. But yeah, why don't you kind of intro it off, and
I guess to intro
tell you
it
where
off,
it's gone.
We've had a number of people reach out to us on our Blade Outlaws channel and everything, and actually some guys that even messaged me on Facebook, just regarding like different sponsorships and everything. And I had this one guy reach out, and he does the drone, what do they call them exactly? Just like a drone light show, like those 3D drone light shows that you do. And he asked me to be a pilot, and either live stream or just record video flying around his other drones as he's doing a show. And he does a lot of them in Wisconsin. He's a pretty legit organization starting it up. Personally, I don't do anything with drones that make money. I don't have my 107 or anything like that, so we've just kind of been keeping it as a hobby. So I wasn't really too interested in it, but I thought Turtle Mode would be interested into it, because it's something that I feel like would be up his alley. There's a lot of people that do pursue getting their 107 and wanting to make a living or just side hustle out of it. And I think that's obviously you do it with your store already and everything. So I just figured that you would be up for it. The other elephant in the room is that we dropped a team pilot. We had a team pilot just up and leave on us, and he was going to be another guy that I would refer this over to. And I have other gigs that we might just start taking up, that we could have, had extra help with him. So whatever reason that he up and left, it kind of sucks because we could have had another pilot to take on this as a part career or side gig,
That's what he wanted to do too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened, but sometimes people just like sometimes quit the hobby, like just out of nowhere because it gets too frustrating or too much money or too time consuming. But
I question starting my store sometimes because I enjoy flying and racing, and I enjoy doing the store, but trying to do both is like it's harder to do both, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So then I think like, sometimes I kind of question too, like, I really like racing, but I also want to win, and I'm just not that good at it. So I'm like, maybe I should just stick to the design end of it because I'm pretty good at that, you know?
Yeah, and sometimes
But
racing with
I
that
don't
too
know.
can be.
It's all about fun though, to some degree.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where you gotta always fall back to like, why'd you get into it, you know? And most people get into it for the fun of it. I think
Yeah,
if business is starting to make it a drag, then yeah, you gotta I always evaluate whether or not I want to keep my business. I guess my business is still pretty new yet, and
yeah.
I intend to keep it going. But if I ever just decided I'm sick of it, it wouldn't break my heart to just up and walk away someday either.
Right. It's all about how much money you have into it and if you made that back and everything too. But so going back to the light show thing, I guess not to get off topic. I just wanted to point that out and say that right away because we lost that team pilot. And we don't really know what happened, but he just kind of ghosted us, you know. But this light show gig, so Turtle Mode got into contact with the guy that got into contact with me. He actually had a long phone call with me beforehand, and he wanted us to do it. He wanted us to be the pilot for it. So I put him in contact with you right away. And I guess from there, it's been going really good so far, right? You've been talking with him quite a bit, and it sounds like it's going to be a good gig for you.
Yeah, we've had a pretty much daily dialogue going back and forth. We don't have anything like set in stone contract type thing, but so you guys were under the assumption I already had my Part 107, and I'm going there, but I didn't have it yet. So like. And he's got some pretty ambitious dates here at the end of May. So I reached out to another pilot that I'm good buddies with here in Wausau. He actually lives in Tomahawk. His name's Nate, and he goes under the pilot name Blunt Force Trauma. But he operates the multi-GP chapter here in Wausau. When you start a multi-GP chapter, they assign you like a certain radius area. So and that keeps it to where there's not like three competing chapters in one city or something like that. So anyways, he's pretty involved in the FPV community, and he actually had an LLC beneficial drone service, I believe. He's done some like drag race footage. We were up doing some snowmobile racing footage. So he's had some experience with some commercial gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we asked you guys, you know, if you were okay bringing him in, and and you guys were cool with that. So I called him up, and that allows us to get on these quick dates if I don't get my 107 in time here.
Yeah,
that's good.
But it's kind of one of those things you almost need two people anyways, because we're gonna be doing the FPV, so we need a visual observer to be doing things legal, and it's gonna be a night operation and stuff. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna have some regulations and stuff that we got to follow. So
how's that gonna work? Now, do you have to light up your drone? And so now does your drone
we're gonna
stand
have
out
to
and throw
still
that
work
pattern
out
off?
a few of those details. Those guys were really like, just show up and shoot it, you know, and we'll pay you for it, and you know, get it done.
He kept
we
telling
were
me
kind of like,
too.
we don't know how this is gonna work exactly. Flying with they have 250 other drones they want us to fly with, you know, and we don't know if that's going to cause control link issues or video link issues or what, you know. They're running on 2.4 gigahertz and 915 megahertz, so like both channels we would want for any like link, and I'm sure it's just a high RF environment, so we kind of it was just so out of the blue, you know. I called you on Friday after work, and I was just getting out to the field, and I'm like, I'm gonna relax after a long week and fly a couple packs. And then you told me, you dropped it on me. So I sat out there and charged a pack for a little while and thought about it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna call him right now, you know, see what the hell's there's no sense in like dragging my feet. I'm just gonna get some information on it. And he seemed really cool, so we got the ball rolling, and we just kind of been planning it from there. He said, well, what do you guys want? How much do you want to charge for it? And I'm just like,
Yeah, you don't have to say
I don't
numbers
know.
or anything on
No,
here,
yeah, no,
but
but I didn't know, so I just told him like, well, we've been kind of I've been kind of considering getting into more commercial stuff, but I'm really an e-commerce store, so I don't know anything about
yeah,
like how to estimate this. So I like crash course learned how to like estimate that kind of
nice.
industry a little bit and kind of sent him a proposal over that, wasn't like sky high, I don't think, but it wasn't like the cheapest thing
Yeah.
in the world either. So I didn't know
Yeah.
how they would respond, but they came back and said, it basically sounds reasonable. And we did sort of insist on a test date though. So we told them we'd come down for free and just do a setup during the day. And I think that's where we're at. We're going to try to get down there end of next week and just fly a small scale show with them and make sure everything's going to work. And then hopefully we'll be lined up for like a live night event with all their drones end of the month here. If everything goes well.
Let me know. I could always make it to a day event. I just can't fly legally at night. But I want to see what that looks like. I'm kind of curious.
You guys should probably come see one of these times.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in person, but every time I've talked to anyone, they just say,
May 25th.
They're amazing. Yeah. They say they're better than fireworks show.
That's cool.
Some of them get up into the thousands. Like some of them are like 2,000 drones. So like I watched a YouTube of a 250 drone. They're up to this one they want us to film is up to 300 now. And I mean, the 250 drone took up half a football field when they had them all laid out ready to take off. So like I can't imagine a 2,000 one must be incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's cool.
That is. Why don't you scooch a little closer to me?
So we'll see. We did convince them on the test day, and they decided they want us to do this for promo, like advertising for their show, but we're going to kind of like vlog it, and we're going to shoot the day stuff while we're setting up and testing, and they're going to use that raw footage and stuff too. And it sounds like they're going to let us borrow some of the footage to probably throw on the Blade Outlaws YouTube channel here and stuff too. So
that's cool. Yeah,
hopefully everybody will get to kind of see some of the process.
We get to see it on Blade Outlaws too. So that'll be cool for our viewers. We're scrambling
here a little bit. We're building some new gear. They got a 10 to 15 minute show, so they want to ideally film the whole 10 minutes like on one pack. So we're gonna build a couple. We have a lot of the parts already, but we're taking a couple like 7-inch Street Leagues, older Source One frames that were Street League frames, and we're stripping them back down to like traditional Source One builds. So we'll have a 7-inch platform, and we're gonna try stacking 2 of these like bigger Street League packs on there. So it's gonna lose some like acrobatics, but hopefully it'll have some long flight times with the bigger. We might try running like a 7.5. I think they'll swing a 7.5-inch prop. That'll get a little more efficiency and a little more battery. And I don't think these guys are looking for full on like aggressive freestyle either.
I don't know.
They're looking through some like sweeping like pass throughs and stuff.
When he was talking to me about it. Yeah, when he was talking to me about it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna dive through the gaps and all that stuff and just be really aggressive.
Well, we were worried about that. We asked him if the lights are always on, and they said no. Sometimes they go totally black.
That's what I asked him too. I was like, if this is at nighttime and I'm flying through some shitty analog feed, I'm not gonna be able to see anything.
I got a Cat. This is a Fox here, Cat 3.
Oh, there you go.
It's a Cat 3 Mini. So it's a
it's the nighttime.
Look at a huge lens on that.
Yeah, that thing lets in all the light.
So that should help a little bit. But they said they could probably like show us a digital mock-up. They change scenes, but then the scene is sort of static for a little bit. So they said they could probably find spots where they could time it where we could get through and then sort of loiter somewhere, let the thing change, and then so at least we're not gonna be like flying through it while it's like doing too much stuff.
When it's moving. Yeah. That should be easy. Yeah, when I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to fly around a bunch of drones that are turned off, and I want to like dive down them and stuff.
I'm actually a little bit relieved because I don't have my Part 107. I'll be the visual observer, and Nate's gonna have to do the stressful flying for the first round. So
take out one of their.
I'm kind of happy to let him do the first round and observe. He's got a little more experience flying. It's not just flying with the drones either. It's a different experience when you're the pilot and all of a sudden you go from like flying out in a relatively quiet airfield to like now you're in a big crowded area and there's stuff going on and noises and stuff. Like it changes your stress level, I would say, a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool.
But it should be fun.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it all works out good.
Yeah, doing it with a Pablo Pico would be almost easy too because it's so small. I mean, the only thing that sucks is that the flight time is only like 3 to 4 minutes. So
it's got me kind of psyched about doing some photography stuff because like I never even had a drone with a GoPro on it. So even though I like to do that stuff, it was never not a big emphasis because I just don't have the gear. But now I picked up a new GoPro 11 mini that's going to go on this Source One frame.
Yeah, I want that.
Now I'm kind of psyched about doing some more like better footage now that I got like a halfway respectable camera.
Yeah,
but I'd like to get a whoop too, like a 3 or 3.5 inch whoop that can still carry a naked GoPro or something. I like to start flying around my house and learning how to do like some proximity stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's really like a lot about getting the rates right for that type of environment.
Well, yeah, dude, I don't know.
A little bit anyways.
I feel like my Pablo Pico is like turned up. All the rates are the same as my freestyle drones, but like I just know I can make small movements with that. I don't know how to describe it.
Maybe it's just the
yeah.
I don't
it's
have
just
much
practice.
At all flying those. I know they
practicing.
fly differently a little bit.
They just fly heavy.
I'd like to get one that's ducted that I could do some indoor stuff with.
Yeah.
Or like mild outdoor stuff with. Just nice to have prop ducks for a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah. We went out flying today, Sturgeon Bay, and then in Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay. Got stuck in a tree, like really, really high up again.
Oh yeah.
And like we all tried to climb it, and the trees like bark is like coming apart and everything, so we couldn't.
Yeah.
We get all scratched up because.
You can't see it.
Oh man.
Bright. It's too bright.
Couldn't get it, so then I ended up
my
finding like a huge branch and like trying to whack it, and like the branch broke. I brought like a bigger one over and it broke, and then I grabbed electrical tape and I started taping sticks to it to make it taller.
Nice.
And then I fucking whacked it out. It was so funny.
My standard gear now, I keep a big a 3D printer spool. Actually, I got some thin paracord, but it's strong.
See,
and
I
have a lot of pretty good length of it. I don't know how long it is, but probably couple 100 feet at least, and I've proven that strategy a couple times now. If you just tie it to another heavy drone, fly, try to fly right over the branch, and then just let that drone drop.
Or throw a rock, with the string tied to it. I've done that before.
Yeah,
too. Like
if you could throw something over for sure.
Yeah,
but you can only get her so high. We've done that with like a real high tree a few times, and it worked. We'll tie it to like one of those street league quads that's like an anchor, and once you get over the tree, you just let the power
disarm
off,
it.
And it just drops, and boom, down she comes. But
yeah, I learned that from.
But you gotta watch out that it doesn't get stuck, and then you got 2 of them hanging up there. But if you can get a rope over that branch and shake it, that works pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny. So many trees. Got to get a shirt for it now.
Yeah,
some FPV related.
I climbed a tree for him to get his drone on.
We talked about that in the podcast. I think I was telling you how she climbed like a 40-foot tree over by us
almost
to get my
to the
drone.
top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a month after we got married.
Footage out at the track on that memory card in my race goggles too. We've been we're right on the fringe of some heavy woods, and there's some nice ones that are tall that make a good flag. But as soon as you miss them, you're just flying out there into the worst. It's like swamp,
Yeah.
deep picker bush swamp.
That was fun. There's a car alarm going out there. Hopefully the mic doesn't get that.
I don't know. Can you hear the car alarm?
No.
Okay. Then we're good. It's been going off for like a minute or two now.
Jeez.
I got my kids. Kid just turned 16. He's starting driver's ed next week. That's scary.
New chapter.
But he's got But he's doing his like belated birthday party. I got 4 other 16-year-olds out in the back. They were around the house banging around like trying to find something stupid to do. So
Yeah.
I lit up a fire in the backyard, and the fire ran quick before the podcast started to get him out of here.
Nice.
Otherwise, you'd hear the walls getting broke down right now.
I'm surprised I can't hear crying sometimes.
Yeah,
When I go to
little-
work, the kids go to bed before he does a podcast.
Yeah.
They're loud.
Sometimes they're loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Noise
Oh,
canceling. The mic, that $70 noise canceling mic is working.
Uh-huh.
I keep waiting for my kid to get old enough to do major remodeling, and I keep thinking, like, he's got to be old enough pretty soon. Like, no, he's going to have to move out of the house before I do any more remodeling, I think. They're
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
he's kind of like an adult, and he's as big as me. He weighs probably 20 pounds more than me, but he'll still sprint through the house like he's a 10-year-old once in a while. And, I just had one of them kick a big hole through the paneling near my
Oh,
floorboards,
no.
going through the house a little too fast, and, missed the corner, and boot went right through my wall. You got
Oh,
kids.
wow.
Yeah. Jeez.
Hey, at least
Ours
we
are
know
too
it's not
young
just
for
ours.
that. Yeah. Well,
Oh, Jacob barrels through here.
yeah, but he hasn't been strong enough to dent the floor.
Yeah, when
Or
they
dent
start
the-
Yeah.
weighing 180 pounds and they're still running through there like a madman, they do more damage.
Yeah. So Rachel started flying a little bit too.
I did.
She's got a tiny whoop. She's been missing a lot of our podcasts, so I want to update everybody. She's
I have to work. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's been flying the Beta FPV Meteor 65. It was originally a 75 Pro. We just put it on a 65 frame, so it's a little bit smaller, more controllable inside. And then we got a Radio Master Pocket. I don't know where you crazy
It's right
radio
here.
went.
Those are nice.
Yeah, we got it. It's cool, but I tell you what,
I mean,
it's
for
not.
what they are, for the price tag, they're awesome.
Yeah, it works for her quite a bit. But I changed out the case to the pink one, and holy crap, does it suck taking that thing apart.
Oh, I bet. I took the boxer apart for that video I did on the foot pedal mod,
Oh, you can show it.
and they're not terrible, but there's some parts that are not real intuitive. They're just like press fit parts, and until you
Oh.
figure out how to like pull the plastic right, it's
Without-
kind of challenging
right,
without
without
breaking it. Yeah.
Breaking anything. There's ribbon cable in this one too, and it's like, oh my god, I hate you can't unplug that stuff. half the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But yeah, so this is her
The case looks
pocket.
nice though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Doesn't it?
I wish
what
mine had a
I love
colored
how
case.
It lights up. It lights up too.
Yeah, that's sweet.
It's so cool.
Welcome to HTX.
Ah.
Throttle warning.
Yeah,
But
I like it.
Is
It's
that got the
perfect.
native ELRS on it?
yeah, it's got
that's
ELRS 2.4. So her tiny whoop flies probably further than my 5-inch. But
Yeah.
Cool.
I got it. I like pink. If you haven't noticed.
yeah, I think everything.
I was thinking about doing a 3D print. I 3D print those pods for my store, and I just do blue and green. But I was thinking about doing like a magenta, kind of similar to that color too, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah, be cool.
Yeah, that's like it's not a hot pink.
It's not a hot pink,
No,
I guess. I mean, it's clear, so I don't know.
it's bright.
Yeah,
Can't really see.
can't
It's
see
not
it.
it's like a. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not as pink.
The company I
It's
buy
way
my
too bright.
filament comes with like they have a purple, and then they have one that's more pink than purple, I guess.
yeah. Her drone right now
Pretty
is
pretty similar
purple
to
and
that.
white.
purple and white.
Yeah,
We
it looks
ordered
nice.
I'm getting a pink frame.
pink
And then
props
pink
pink-
frame, pink props.
and pink canopy.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna make it pink.
Nice.
it's all gonna be pink. We're just
But-
waiting.
Actually, I might do white props with it. I think you got white ones too.
I ordered white and pink
Pink.
for you.
White, pink.
Yeah, we ordered a bunch of stuff from Beta FPV. It's just not here yet. It takes forever.
Hey, but I'm
White's
getting
a good color for like finding it when they crash. White
Yeah,
really stands
white
out
and
in the
orange.
grass.
Yeah.
your yellow's good too.
Yeah, I got a yellow frame right now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yellow, but the yellow is kind of orangish. But yeah, you can see it in the grass really good, or in a tree. At least
Those
when I have
5-inch race frames don't have much on them, and they're all black. They can really blend into the grass easy. I switched from black electrical tape to white
Yeah.
tape on the arms to make them stand out a little bit more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's more yellow than orange.
I guess so. Yeah, at least on the screen it looks like it. The other one was pretty orange.
Oh, it was orange. I had a green one. Right?
Yeah, that was the 75
That was
millimeter
my old
frame.
one.
That's the big frame. We got the drone used from a guy for $50. It was really good shape. And I bought this one too.
What's your orange?
That's what I
showed this
started
last
on was
podcast.
a 75 millimeter whoop.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to learn on a 65, but that was my first experience with Banggood. So my 65 took like half a year to get here, and by then I had already bought a 75 from Race Day Quads.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good frame to learn on, though. Like, it doesn't. 75 is a little bit too big to learn in the house, but it's
Yeah.
probably easier to learn out in a big field, anyways.
Yeah, I fly it outside.
Yeah, the 65 does okay outside. We did it quite a bit today.
I did some flips.
Yeah,
Yeah, she actually did.
yeah.
some
I
flips
heard
and-
you started
yeah,
doing some macro in the
Yeah,
tech
I was surprised.
A few times it just went.
I was trying to watch Archer and kind of watch through the goggles at the same time, but when I was watching, I saw her do a flip and like recover from it. I'm like, whoa, she's actually trying to do a flip and she's landing. I'm like, she's not crashing to the ground.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Power loops are pretty difficult. I nosedived a lot of power loops when I started learning those.
Yeah.
I haven't tried those.
It's
yet.
just hard. It's just hard to judge where you're
Yeah,
hitting
where you
at.
are. Yeah.
I have to get that down, anyways.
Did you see the video I sent you flying that shipyard today?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
That looked
I was.
like
It was.
that's an awesome fly spot.
It was fun. I didn't go too far into it because the amount of metal there just interferes with the video transmitter like crazy. Like crazy. Anytime I got low to the ground, it just was like going black and white, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna lose video soon. And I felt like I was fairly close, But I was trying to power loop that big yellow, overhead crane thing, and I don't know if it was the wind or anything like that. Something just like made me not go as far back as I thought I was. Like I felt like I was going up and out really far, and then I got to the point of looking down, and I'm like, I'm not even like the drone is or the crane is under me right now.
I know what you mean. It's weird when you get into a larger environment like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think the spatial, you're just, for me, I'm used to like a certain size space, but the ground makes that space feel pretty big. And then all of a sudden, when there's no ground for a long ways away, it's just hard to interpret how big that space really is, I think, sometimes.
Oh yeah. But
it's hard to interpret. Like the wind goes up when you get way up there too.
I know.
like,
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's harder to judge.
Yeah, the wind was against me when I was, in that position to go further. I was actually trying to push into the wind, and it's like, yeah, that's when a power loop gets killed.
I've flown some of those irrigation pivots in the big farm field where they have those real long sprinklers.
Yeah,
that's a cool kind of thing to fly because they're pretty tall. You can kind of like swirl through them or whatever. But that's an environment where that some of these things are like thousands of meters long, and you kind of lose track. You just feel like you're just putzing along, but then all of a sudden your batteries flash, and then you realize like, no, I just been like flooring it with this quad to get across this field, and it just sort of feels like you're standing still because that field is so big,
Yeah.
Spatial awareness.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, but there's a bunch of ships there. I wanted to fly down them, but they were just too far, and I just didn't trust my video transmitter on it.
Yeah,
but
there's some. Last summer, my girlfriend and I took a road trip up by Duluth, and I flew some packs in different areas, but there's a ton of like iron mining stuff up there, and some of it's like abandoned iron mining, but they have these huge structures that some of them are still in action, but they're like these huge towers that go out on piers way out in the water, and they're really tall, like 300 feet tall, and they're like they were like grain elevators for loading up grain into these huge cargo holds of ships and stuff, but they're just these series of tall towers that go way the hell out in the water. They'd be fantastic to fly.
That'd be fun.
And I don't know, I was kind of casing one of them, but it was sort of like half abandoned, but half like a business right there too. So I wasn't brave enough to fly it when I was there, but man, I'd like to go back.
Yeah.
We did fly some of the cliffs just along Lake Superior, though. If you've never been up by the north side of those Great Lakes, it's just tons of tall cliffs and waterfalls and stuff. That was a weird experience too, flying behind some of these rock walls. How quickly your video will just go from like perfect to just
to nothing.
Done.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, that was the first time I ever used my GPS return to home failsafe, and it like legit saved my quad. That quad would have been gone if I didn't have that GPS failsafe on there. So I'm a believer in that.
What? I'm getting too far?
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, hold on. This is just annoying. Let's go like this. There.
Oh.
They were smaller, but if it's that important.
A little better perspective, yeah.
There you
it's
go.
Just half your face was gone.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a podcast anyways.
I know.
I gotta stay up to date on uploading these to Spotify. It's so hard to do.
I have
Takes
to get
forever.
back on editing videos. I have 2
How
because I
long is
have
the
to edit.
upload time to Spotify compared to like YouTube? YouTube takes forever to upload too.
Yeah. Well, since this is a live stream, it goes right to it. But YouTube, like, in order to download it from YouTube back to my computer, it has to be up for at least a day. And then after it's been up for a day, then I have to put it into Spotify and try to, set all of that stuff up. It's kind of weird. It's a lot harder to use Spotify than YouTube. And then I hit, upload, and then I just go to bed or do whatever I'm doing because it takes so long.
Right.
But I haven't done it in the last two.
I use Spotify
podcasts.
all the time, but never for uploading anything.
Yeah. But we got to do it. There's a bunch of people that were listening to us on there. Probably
I like podcasts. I
Yeah.
kind of recently started getting into them a little bit more, and I don't know why I wasn't into them in the past because I have a job where I can throw earphones in and just walk around.
That's why I
and
do it
thing.
too. Yeah. I listen to Stuff You Should Know podcast a lot back in the day, and I kind of listen to them once in a while now too. They have a lot of ads now, so it's kind of hard to watch. If you watch them on YouTube, there's less ads, but it's just like random topics about just the most random stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I subscribe to a couple FPV ones. I should look and see what they are.
Yeah, there's a lot on there. Rotor Riot used to have one, and I asked Ladrid the day that I met him, when they moved that store or whatever.
Back in November.
Mm-hmm. And I asked him, I'm like, what happened to your podcast? I'm like, if there's one request I have is do your podcast again. And he was like, well, Matty Stunts, I think his name was. Matty, whatever his name was kind of the one that dropped the ball, he said on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I could see that because he was the one that was like running the podcast on Rotor Riot for the longest time, the main host.
Sure.
But
they seem to have transitioned a little bit. They're different crew these days.
Way different.
Do they still put out a lot of content? I subscribe to them, but it doesn't seem like I see them putting out like weekly videos like they were.
I feel like they do, but they don't show up on my videos like suggested thing a lot. I have to go search for them, but I don't know. Some of the videos, maybe I'm just coming from like the old time of when Rotor Riot was first a thing, and I was growing up in FPV when the original team with Mr. Steele and all those other guys.
Yeah.
And it just like I would tune into them all the time, and now that it's all new people, not even now Ladrib is even in it. It's like I don't know. I haven't connected.
It misses
with
it misses just good like freestyle flow. I think Drib especially. I don't know. I always like Drib's flying.
Well,
it was just smooth. Like
kid,
he would always plan out like one pack lines that were just really nice and
really good.
You don't see as much of that content anymore. Yeah. And I don't know, obviously their channel's doing good. They do a lot of the funky builds and weird random
the squid drone.
Yeah, it's fun, but
yeah.
I don't know. They could probably put some more of their kind of roots of just do some good freestyle. People still like that.
Yeah, just go out and have fun. But I feel like some of it's probably the regulation on it too that's tying it up. Drip talked to me about that quite a bit. He was like, one of the reasons why we moved locations is because we're pretty close to an airport, and when we have to go like test a drone or test hover a drone, we have to put remote ID in it, and we can't even test hover it. And it's like,
yeah, it's getting crazier every day. I kind of wonder. I was thinking about that like today, actually, and sometimes people talk to me about a lot of people just want a drone that they could just plug in and fly. And I'm really hesitant to even start putting ESCs and motors and stuff on my frames because I don't want to get labeled as a drone manufacturer. I just sell frame parts, that's like the end of it.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
What was it, yesterday or the day before? We saw a drone over by us.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is like I was gonna go give this guy a business card. So like a Blade Outlaws card. So this guy was flying. It looked like the new DJI Avata 2, Avata, whatever, however you say it.
Yeah,
we're getting in my car,
interesting.
or getting in Rachel's car, and I just see a ducted quad just go down the street, just going, vroom, and I'm like, oh shit, that's another drone. There's another pilot close. And I was going around trying to like look to see where it's going and stuff, and he was like whipping around the road, following cars and shit. And I'm like, oh,
I've heard that one performs quite a bit better than the predecessor.
Yeah.
Avata.
But I was like, you can't be doing that, dude. Like you're too close to cars on the city street here. And I'm like just watching him, and they're like, whatever. And then he just like, I don't know where he went.
I don't know.
Towards the school over where we live.
We were leaving to a park to go fly. Yeah,
we were leaving to go fly somewhere else. And like we go drive down our street and we pass the school, and there's a squad car haul acid into the school, and he rips around the parking lot, and you can just see the drone flying around somewhere over there. And I'm like, oh, he's chasing the drone. So he's getting in trouble. Something.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to be in for a little wake up call with some of it because, nobody likes remote ID and nobody likes being regulated and told they can't do things. But the law's been passed already, and they're going to start enforcing it a little bit at a time, more and more. I mean, people could say like, well, I don't agree with driver's license either, but you're probably going to get a driver's license because the government's telling you you're gonna, I don't know. I kind of look at it like I think it sucks, but I'm gonna be compliant. I think is the easiest way to deal with it. Too.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
But yeah, that's crazy. I saw a funny meme with that thing. It was a picture of it, and then someone had installed a second set of prop guards on it, and it was like captioned, "Something's wrong when you need prop guards for your prop guards." So, I don't know. I think that it must not be super durable.
I don't know.
So they were kind of putting like a real thin extra bumper, probably some extra shock protection. It was actually a nice 3D print, but it was kind of just a funny meme.
That's
sort
funny.
of jabbing at the durability of it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to fly one. I wouldn't mind having one of those. They just look like a blast to fly. I had a chance to fly one with a laser pointer controller. If you ever get a chance to fly one with the DJI laser pointer controller, oh my God, totally take that opportunity. It is so fun. It's such a weird experience too. Like no training necessary. You just grab the thing and it's got several buttons and you can twist it and do stuff. And like,
it's like a joystick. Yeah.
For some reason you just know how to do it. You just point the laser at things and it just goes towards that laser. It's awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's not the one you showed me the video of with Joshua Bardwell, was it?
That is the one. Yeah.
That is the one?
And Mr. Steele did a ripoff on it. You got to watch it sometime. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see the DJI Avata review by Mr. Steele?
Probably not.
You gotta look it up.
Marginally interested in those, but I think they are. Like you just gotta appreciate it for what they are.
It's not the drone. It's not the drone though. He takes some other drone and does a whole thing pretending it's a DJI Avata 2 because everybody was out releasing reviews on it, and he just spoofed on it. It was really funny. Like he takes out the remote and it has a sticker on it and says dildo or something like that on it, and looks like that joystick
I'll have
thing.
to look into that one.
It's so funny.
That's funny.
But I have a DJI FPV.
I'd like to get one of those for my dad. Like my dad's he's a real active, energetic guy, but he's getting up there in age. He can't get around as much as he could, and it's so user friendly, and the DJI video is so good. You could give it to damn near anyone, and they could go out and like enjoy
flying with it.
FPV, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
but
definitely.
you know, as soon as you stop, you just put the control down and just sits there, and it's got
Yeah.
like a panic button, you know, like you just hit the
Go
red button and
home
it just
and-
comes back and lands.
Yeah,
My
that's
dad
pretty
could probably
crazy.
handle that, you know.
Yeah,
If you've ever seen footage of them, though, they seem like they'd be really good for like creeping through like tight foliage or like really close to the forest floor or something. They're maneuverable. They're
yeah,
they're more stable than an FPV drone. You know, they could really just sit there and just not like
not.
do this all and like get tangled up in the weeds that are like an inch away.
Yeah, but it's all on how you fly it though too. Like I feel like I can be smooth with that little Pavo Pico. I did that camping video and I was like flying low in the weeds and everything, and it was
Oh, and you did the trail too?
yeah, I did the
Straight down
trail. But
Mhm.
the thing that thing has that most don't is that gimbal on it. So the
Yeah.
gimbal helps with the image stabilization and makes for a way better picture. So
Sure.
you can't argue that at all. But see, that's what I was going to recommend is if you were to do that gig for your flying of the
Lights.
the lights,
Mhm.
the DJI FPV drone, like the one that I got, it's all compliant. It has all the lights that you
Yeah.
can turn on and off and a switch.
We discussed that too. Nate's got a Mavic 3 Pro or something like that.
Well, no,
So-
but you can fly it acro. Like his Maverick, you won't be able to
okay.
fly acro.
Yeah.
This flies acro, like full acro,
Nice.
and so you can get aggressive with it and everything. But it also has at least a 10 to 14 minute runtime, depending on how you're ripping it. and-
That's impressive.
Yeah, but the batteries are $160, so you'd have to buy at least 3 batteries to be okay.
I think
with
some
it.
of that for, if you're more of a kind of a commercial photographer, some of those DJI products could really be nice.
Yeah, yeah. But then you could also live stream with that too. Like we were talking about,
See,
how
that's
you can live stream.
awesome. I got to
So,
learn more about that. That
Yeah.
would totally be cool.
So live streaming that event while ripping around with that quad, that would be easy, super easy. Only downside about it, well, it used to be really expensive. It's like $1,000 drone, but now it's gone way down in price. And I think you can find refurbished ones for like $250, which
That's not bad at
that's
all.
super cheap.
Right.
So,
Sorry, I was just seeing if I could read comments like I could before.
oh, do we have comments?
No, I don't know.
I don't even
Usually
watch
I'm
that
the one,
stuff.
I usually
Any?
have that.
No, not a lot of people.
I usually have it pulled up whenever I'm over here and I forgot.
Yeah, that's all good.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know what else to talk about. You've been flying more. I
I've only
guess.
flown a few times, but
Oh, you got some battery. You got at least since Florida, you probably have at least 20 batteries in.
yeah. Well, I had the
Cetus
Cetus Pro,
Cetus Pro.
but I like
We're
the
looking at
one
it
that I
right now.
have more now.
Yeah, this thing had a barometer on it, like a ground positioning sensor. So it kind of screwed with me when I tried to fly it, and then she was flying it with it turned on, and she crashed a lot. And I'm like, screw it, I'm turning that off. And she kind of got better with it off.
I don't know what to do with barometers on. I've had several flight controllers with barometers, but I just always turn it off.
Turn it off. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really know how to configure it or anything.
No.
I don't know. I like my little one better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Cetus does good. It does all right.
It's easier.
I don't know. Last time I flew that thing, probably
I
in
don't know.
Florida.
I think Seth was the last one to have that one.
Yeah, Seth was
And
practicing
fly
on that
it.
one before he got his big drone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Seth has a 5-inch now, and he's ripping that thing around a lot. But he's telling me that he crashed it and stuff a bunch already. But
I had a
Each
rough
their own.
experience when I moved into 5-inch. I started with those tiny whoops, a 75 and a 65, but then I bought like a ready to run with the original DJI Air unit 5-inch quad. But I still didn't, I barely knew enough to get like beta flight and some of that stuff working. And
yeah,
it turned out that quad had a bad ESC from the manufacturer, and they did a recall. I got a free ESC eventually, but I was going out and trying to learn how to fly with this thing, and the ESC kept desyncing. So I'd be
Oh,
flying
no.
and like one motor would just stall and it would just
Oh, yeah.
over and over on this brand new frame.
Jeez.
So that was a rough, and I didn't understand what was going on. If
Yeah,
it was,
you don't
like,
know enough.
my settings or something I was doing or what. But
Yeah,
yeah, that was kind of a painful learning experience.
all of FPV is. Holy shit. I was
It
telling
sure is.
Rachel, I have a new build to do, and I bought a used drone from a guy that's a 5-inch, and it has a bricked out flight controller on it, but I don't know what he used for ESCs and everything, so I might just swap a stack that I have, a hobby wing stack, into it.
I don't see that one.
So it's all in the drawer over there.
Oh,
But-
that's why I don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a lot of soldering and a lot of programming again. It's like, Rachel, it's gonna take a day, like, at least, to do.
I got quite a bit of work to do too. I got one of my Street League quads. It's got a bad ESC, but that's a bad one because you got to take everything apart just to get to that thing.
Yeah.
So I got 2 new ESCs for race. I'm building a brand new race build and repairing one race build, but now I'm building the source one. So I picked up a 65 amp hobby wing stack. I'm playing around with here
Nice.
too. I'm gonna
I don't know.
start doing some 3D printed parts now for source one, like the V3 frames.
Yeah.
I'm not that into the new V4 and V5 because they went more like long range with the newest ones, but the V1 through V3 are almost kind of a real similar, more of the traditional basher kind of freestyle frame. So
Yeah.
I was since I'm building one, I'm gonna do all my own 3D GoPro mounts and stuff like that. I'll be posting stuff to probably putting it in my store, but also I'll post all that stuff to my Thingiverse free for people too. So
Yeah.
stay tuned if you like Source One.
Yeah. It's cool. I have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a lot to that one to build it, but I want another 5-inch because my other one caught on fire like a couple months ago, as you probably remember. And ESCs suck when they go out. And like, I tell you what,
do, man.
I fly in risky scenarios like 90% of the time. I'm flying like over water,
Under bridges.
over a lot of water. I can't believe I've never lost it.
Oh, I do too. I mean, that's the best place to get good videos.
Yeah.
Right
It
over
is.
water,
Yeah. And it's
Yep.
safe to fly, and everything too. And it's like, I'm just waiting for the day for an ESC just to go pow and just freaking take out my quad in the middle of the ocean.
And just
Like,
freaking.
Yeah, I mean, you're done when it just goes in like that.
yeah. I mean, when
There
the
you go, get
ESCs,
that thing back.
no, and ESCs just pop. Like they don't really show signs of them going out. They just are gone.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know.
Do you know where
Got
the
a friend.
bug spray is?
What's that?
Do you know where the bug spray is?
I think it's in my car. You got to open my door and then pop my trunk.
Sorry.
Kids are getting eaten by mosquitoes apparently outside by the fire. They want
Oh,
some
yeah,
bug
dude.
spray.
The lake
They're
flies were
getting
bad.
bad.
We were on
All the
that
bugs.
pier today or whatever that was, going out to the lighthouse. It was like,
it would be a pier.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like a pier, and the lake flies were super bad. And like, this pier is, I don't know, 15 feet long. Like, not, I mean, as width wise, 15 feet. It was not that wide.
Like 2 sidewalks wide.
Yeah, and literally, I was on one side. I was starting to set up my drone, just had everything on the ground, and I was getting just pelted by these freaking lake flies. They're getting in my eyes and shit. And I'm like, God dang, what is going to be like when
Yeah,
I'm
those
flying?
are
Are they going to get my
crazy.
goggles? And like, Rachel walks to the other side. I'm looking at her, and I'm like, are there lake flies over there? She's like, no. I walked literally 5 feet out of a swarm of lake flies, and I'm like, there's perfect air and everything. I don't know. That was
Like,
so
aren't you
weird.
like that side
It
better?
was so weird. Yeah, there was so many on like the other side of that sidewalk thing. I don't know.
Yeah, those things really collect in big swarms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a plague when them things come through.
Yeah.
My dad used to own a sailboat, and I used to be up on the Great Lakes with him there in the Green Bay area quite a bit actually when I was a kid.
That'd be cool. I want to fly like with a boat while I'm on a boat, but I don't know if I can. I was on the pier today, and like I almost got sick. For some reason, the water sound and I felt like I was like standing
I
on
bet
something
that is
really
weird.
thin.
Being in a moving vehicle in those goggles has
Yeah,
got to add an extra
that would be
dimension of
really.
weirdness.
I tried it. I
A
tried it once.
suggestion for that, but I'll say that off.
Vertigo.
No.
No.
Offline.
Okay.
For flying with a boat.
I almost tried it the other day. I had my drone and Nate's. My girlfriend really likes to fish.
Yeah.
Nate does too. The guy I'm planning this kind of commercial stuff with. But I brought my backpack. I had my drone out in the boat with them, and we were gonna do that. He's got a halfway fast like fishing boat, and there's some like low bridges and stuff that we go under. So we were gonna do a follow behind, but we were out there for like 6 hours and they caught like two. I don't even fish. They caught like 2 little minnows. It was cold wind, So by the time we were going back, we're like, screw flying. Let's just get to the shore and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Have to plan it. I would like to do that sometime.
Yeah.
Nate's got a pretty hot little RC. He's got an RC boat. So we've taken that out and like on his pontoon boat, and then you drive the RC boat behind the pontoon boat and jump.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah.
That would be a fun thing to take a drone and fly behind his little RC boat and film too.
Oh yeah. Did it with the Pablo Pico. It'd be easy to chase.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got older freestyle vid on my YouTube channel out there in the ice. Nate lives on a lake in Tomahawk. So we did he took his 4-wheeler out and was just burning around, sliding on the ice, and then did some chasing of that too. That was a fun time.
Oh, that's cool.
Like to go do that again in the wintertime.
Yeah. Back in the day, I did try to chase a car while I was in a car way back when, and that was like instantly like we were driving for a little bit, and I tried it, and I'm like, nope, pull over. I cannot do this. Like I'm going to crash my drone. I cannot. There's too much sensation. I remember
You had to sit against the
Yeah,
post today.
today, yeah. I don't know why. I normally can stand up and fly, no problem, any day. And like when I was on that pier, it wasn't moving or anything, but just something got to me. Like I just think I think I was turning, and like I just saw a picture of myself standing there on a thin pier, and I just like then I get like sick, like, oh god, I'm gonna fall into the water. And I was like, no, and then I was like, focus on your drone really quick, and I was like, nope. And I landed the drone. I told Rachel, I'm like, I can't do this right now. I need to sit down. So I sit down, put my back against a pole, and just get back up and rip.
I fly. I can fly standing up, but I can relate to what you're saying. Like I'll be standing up flying, but then I can do some degree of acro, but like if I get too crazy and do like too much of a barrel roll, and like once you lose your balance, man, even when the quad levels back out, it's still hard to like get yourself
mentally yeah. I was watching Rachel do that today too. She was turning her head following the drone somehow.
I used to follow my head around
like,
really bad. And I was trying to learn racing, so you're doing it in front of a crowd, man. Those other race pilots are called me Stevie Wonder and stuff because I'm out there racing. It took me a long time to quit doing that too.
Yeah, it takes.
I would practice on the sim, like, okay, I'm gonna play the sim with my goggles on, and I'm gonna just not even worry about flying. Just try not to move your head around so I don't look like a goofball.
Yeah, like a bobblehead. I was gonna take a picture of you, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be that mean when you were doing it today.
That's pretty much every FPV pilot.
Everybody. I look down. I can do that too. I'll duck if I'm shooting a gap. I'm like, I've done that.
Yeah, I didn't know I was doing that.
Whatever. It's out of body experience.
I keep doing that.
I think when I fly FPV, I've actually kind of trained myself to like lock my eyes. Normally, when you don't have goggles on, your eyes are always moving and tracking stuff to like. Yeah. That helps you find the depth of things. And I think new FPV pilots still try to like scan and try to like find the depth of things, but there really is no depth. It's just a flat screen there. So like focusing without moving your eyes too much is almost better, I think.
That's why I can't wear lunchbox.
It's like goggles. A subconscious skill though, almost, that you just got to do it enough, and then you just kind of start doing that naturally after a while.
Yeah.
Like my goggles?
Yeah, your goggles are the screen. I don't know. I've always had, the like the Fat Shark Dominators, the thin goggles, and she has Lunchbox, huge screen goggles, and I put that on. I'm like, whoa, what is all this screen? It looks like I'm at a movie theater. And
those are impressively
CGI
nice
like
screens on these box goggles. I mean, even the really cheap ones, are really nice screens.
Yeah, really cheap thing, and it works pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
No antenna coming out of it too. I don't know how they can do that. And she has obviously good range. We were flying the first day she went out flying outside. This is literally the first time she went flying outside. I'm like, hey, this is gonna be easier. We got plenty of space. And holy shit, was I wrong? She sends it to the moon, and it's 20-mile-an-hour winds with a 20 grand drone.
The wind took it.
The wind took it, and I swear it probably went 4 or 5 blocks away from us. We were flying at the park, and it went all the way to the fire station. And I was the whole time running after her. I'm like, she's gonna lose her fucking drone. She's gonna lose her drone.
And I was sitting there calling.
I've had that experience.
I don't know what to do.
That's great.
I couldn't get it to come back down. It would just keep flipping and just staying up there and just keep going backwards. I'm like, well, screw it. I don't know what to do.
I'm just running, yelling, kill the throttle, kill the throttle. She can't hear me. I'm so far away.
He couldn't hear me, so I did. I turned it off, and he goes, "You just let it fall."
I think it was 150 feet up.
I've totally had that experience with several new pilots, and it's hard for people to grasp. You could just shut it off and let it just. Yeah. It's better to let it just barrel into the ground than have it fly
gone
10 miles away into the woods.
Yeah, I thought we were losing that drone. I was chasing that thing. It was so high up. I mean, it's a tiny whoop, and it was over 100 feet up, or at least 100 feet up. And it just was a little speck, a little purple speck. And I'm like, I think that's her drone. Holy crap. The thing's moving really fast.
Yeah.
But it was in a mode that it wouldn't let me go down, right?
No, you just didn't kill the throttle. That's odd. There's no mode on that drone that doesn't let it go down.
No, it self-leveled. So every time
I
would try to go down, it would just flip.
Well, yeah, because you're pushing the stick too far. You can still go down in that mode. You're pushing it. Well,
that's not as easy as I could today.
We got rid of the self-level crap too, and I just was like, just learn with no gyros. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Once
it's easier. So much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like angle. I mean, once you fly an acro for a long time, when you go back to angle, you feel like you're always fighting those sticks. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't want to ever stay put.
Yeah.
I got to level pretty nicely today.
No, you did
even
good.
after doing my little.
Yeah, you were when you were doing flips and getting level. I'm like, wow, she's doing that with no gyro. That's good. But
thanks.
Yeah, we exploded a tiny one battery too a couple days ago. That
actually had it laid up.
Yeah, but I was in the plug was getting a little funky, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't seem right. So I went out to the porch, and we just got a bunch of flowers and flower pots, and I put it in the pot. And when I put it in the pot, it's one of those defolding lava batteries from Beta FPV. The thing just exploded. It just went, and there was literally just the smallest amount of smoke, no fire, and it was just exploded. And I'm like, wow, that was the safest battery explosion I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably not enough chemical in there to do too much.
Yeah,
just kind of vents and then it's done. But I've never seen a 1S battery like that have any issues though. I have seen other batteries have issues though.
Yeah.
Could it have been the one that Jacob was using in his drone?
No, because he was using a different plug.
Oh, okay.
But, so he was using different batteries. But no, it was something that I crashed with, or Seth crashed with. He thrashed my tiny whoop when we went.
I saw
downtown.
a YouTube channel and I was talking to I wish I could remember what the racer's name was. He's a real good tiny whoop race pilot, but he did some comparison testing with batteries, and they were taking a heat gun and heating those 1S batteries up. He had a temperature that worked, but it was fairly hot, and they were getting an extra minute of flight time out of these hot 1S batteries or something like that. It's kind of an interest, if you like tiny whoops, kind of an interesting thing to check into maybe.
Put it in my armpit and fly it.
Yeah, I think they were saying maybe 50 degrees or 60 degrees Celsius, which is what I dry my 3D printer filament at. It's not so hot that it'll burn you, but I mean it's getting close. I think it's 150 Fahrenheit or something like that.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't know if I want to test that, but I know that
Yeah.
I know that the batteries, like in the cold, they're really bad. Like the runtime
Oh,
is
yeah.
so bad for the
I've done
1Ss.
6S like packs trying. It's
Even-
freezing. It's cold in Wisconsin, so I definitely have flown stuff in the wintertime. And
Yeah.
it takes a huge hit.
Yeah. Yeah, with the 1Ss, it's crazy. It's like immediate. But I've had a 1S blow up on me before, charging it way back when, but it was a full fire. Like it caught on fire. This one was weird. I wonder if it's something to do with the Z folding type of battery that it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I had a
it was
6S
so
go
weird.
fully on fire on a charger once too. Like right in my house, like it was right in my hand. It was kind of a damaged battery, and I was sort of like pressed, like trying to straighten it out a little bit, because it had kind of gotten dented, and I like pushed on it, and I heard it go, and like I knew it was gonna go up. I grabbed that charger and started heading for the door, and I was fully on fire before I got out of the door. Like just for like half a second in my house, my whole dining room's just full of putrid smoke, Yeah. And then I think just burned to my driveway for 15 minutes,
At least you didn't put one in an oven and turn it on.
Yeah, I remember you saying that story. I think we were talking batteries the other day.
Yeah, Rupert. That's funny. My goodness. Yeah. Well,
you guys got anything good going on for the weekend?
No.
Work.
She gets to work.
Yep. It's my fun weekend.
Yeah.
I get to chill with the little dude, and I don't know what we're gonna do. But
we go camping
tomorrow.
Next week,
yeah, we go camping next week. I don't know. I think we're gonna try Peninsula State Park in Door County. We like to go to Door County quite a bit.
Yeah.
We were there
Have you been to Peninsula Park before?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have.
Campground.
Yeah, I did a drive.
Camped there.
I did a drive-through.
Yeah, and then we played at the beach in the park.
Yeah, but it's a nice, quiet place to camp and easy.
That was a weekend of. I think that was our first ever weekend with the kids in Door County.
Yes. Yep.
They got like an amphitheater there at that campground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go see one of those little plays there. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Little skits and stuff. But it's all like in the woods in the dark, it's a fun environment to go do something.
Yeah.
We saw one on it was like a skit on cheesemakers that won the lottery. And it was based on a true story. There was a cheese factory in Wisconsin somewhere, and all these workers would pitch in and buy like 100 Powerballs a week. And one day they won, and they all split they all got like $1 million or something.
Dang.
Jeez.
So they did this funny skit on it as their play that we watched there one time with my girlfriend. Kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You doing anything fun for the weekend?
Nah, probably just getting closer to finishing up this 107 stuff. So after I get off here, I'm just going to keep pounding the books. And my girlfriend's coming over tonight. And I think we're I think we're driving to Appleton tomorrow. She's got one of her daughters lives there. She's got a second daughter that's in the process of moving to Texas. So they're flying out of Appleton, and we got to transfer some bags, or I don't know. They forgot something or something. So we're just going there for a utility purpose tomorrow, probably. But I went and saw the Appleton Memorial Park last weekend.
Oh yeah, we were there last weekend for a car show, right?
Yeah, for a car show.
I was almost going to text you guys and let you know I was in town, but it was sort of spontaneous. We were there dropping her daughter off, and then we had a little extra time. So we're like, well, let's just go find the park to walk around. And
that's literally like a mile away from our place, too.
Yeah,
so if you ever do that again, let us know. It's a 3-minute drive for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my girlfriend's daughter lives pretty close to that area, so I will let you know next time. I come down there probably once a month or something for her stuff. I could always break away and come meet you guys, and time I'm just bored just sitting there doing whatever they're doing with their family anyways. I'd rather go fly some FPV.
Oh yeah, you can fly there too. It's pretty easy to fly there. There's a big hill that I normally fly when I fly over there.
Yeah, we raced up that big hill.
Yeah,
I'll have to get meetings. I'll have to get spot times for you guys to meet up and actually go fly.
Yeah, I want to get it like at least all
Then-
of us. There's another guy that wants to join that. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if he's an old man or not. He kind of sounds like an old man talking to him right now. But basically, there's a guy that my dad knows that just got into FPV. He started texting me like these most random questions.
He wants
And
to learn more.
He wants to learn more, and I had to help him set up his ELRS and everything. But he wants to go flying with us sometime. So
Nice.
Maybe we can
I'm all
invite him
for it.
just to one of the meetups
Yeah,
and
sounds
just
like-
to
yeah.
see how it works out.
So he's just getting out, into it, and maybe him talking with Seth and everything, they bounce ideas, just going into it. He sounds
It'll
like he wants to stick
probably-
with it.
It'll probably settle down for me more midsummer while I'll have more time to kind of get out and do that. We know a bunch of guys that like to just get out and fly and stuff too.
Yeah,
I belong to this AMA club too. I'm actually on the board of directors of Wassa RC Sports. This they're doing their fun fly. That's probably backwards in the camera, but
very backwards. It looks like some other language.
August 10th is the date for Wassa RC Sports Fun Fly, and that's it's more of a fixed wing event, but we also got the big drone course right there, and we'll be doing some like casual racing or just freestyle flying. People need their AMA if they want to fly there, but anyone can
I have
come
my AMA.
spectate for free, and I think it's $5 pilot fee to fly for the day for people that are like not club members.
Yeah.
But it's a cool event for anyone that's interested in RC or flying. They draw probably like 150 people bring planes there or something for their like big
That's
summer bash. August 10th is when that's coming, so be a little bit of time to plan. I'll remind you guys on that August 10th date when it's closer.
Yeah, send me the info on it. Well,
Yeah.
I think I have my AMA and everything up to date, so I should be able to make it.
Yeah, you could just show up
Just
and
have to-
come fly with us.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Gotta talk
Some of
to
them
someone.
guys bring impressive stuff too. There's a bunch, I don't know what they're called, but they're like 500cc like multi-piston gas engines
Yeah.
that are like quarter scale.
Quarter scales, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are big. Oh, that'd be fun to chase one, but I'd be scared shitless to chase one.
Oh, you'd get an opportunity too. Well, they do a streamer chase. A bunch of these guys make these cardboard planes called Sparrows. I think.
Sparrows. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
So, and they just tie like 20-foot streamers on there, and they put 2-3 of them up, and we'll get like 4 drones up, and it's awesome, and
Yeah,
everybody
that'd be
loves it.
fun.
I mean, and it's a good way to kind of get the plane people integrated with the drones a little bit too, because now you're
Yeah.
out there having fun together with them, and it kind of like we talked a little bit, I think, about some of these AMA clubs sort of are
They're iffy
standoffish about drones, but
yeah, the
Wassa
minors,
RC
yeah.
Sports is definitely not like we have a big drone presence there. Like, well, obviously, like I'm on the board of directors as a drone
Yeah,
pilot.
so you get to
Mhm.
yeah. No, I'm all game for that. That'd be fun. I'll bring a couple quads and some packs.
Yeah,
Get to buy
yeah,
some
that'd be-
packs from our new sponsor.
If there's one thing to come see at Wassa RC Sports, that summer fun fly or flying or whatever, that's the one to hit because it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got like food, and we bring in some like mobile bathrooms and better amenities and stuff for that one too.
Nice.
Is it just one day or is it a weekend thing?
In the past we've done Friday, Saturday, but I think this year's just going to be Saturday, like all day
yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any events?
But like it's at a park, the AMA field's at a public park. You could potentially like camp there overnight if you had a long drive or stuff like that. Some of the people come in from a little ways.
Yeah.
When we host drone races there, sometimes I think we've seen people as far away as like Indiana drive up for.
Wow.
nice.
If you host like they do, multi GP does what they call a global qualifier, and if you're really gonna be competing, you got to be in the top 100 of that, and they host them all over the USA. But like if you were in the top 100 and you get beat out in the last like week, you might have to drive somewhere to try to get back
Yeah.
into the next ranking. I think they're making the time scales shorter on it so people don't. Some of the people were taking advantage of it and driving and competing in like 10
Yeah.
different global
10 different
qualifiers, you know,
sheets.
like,
Wow.
but
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, Rachel wants to take on, helping us manage the team a little bit and the channel a little bit more. So
Yeah.
it'll help me. But
Yeah, any event. Oh my gosh.
losing your voice?
I'm losing my voice.
It's late at night. We'll call it soon here.
Yeah, any events. I just have to plan it
check
and
on that.
check our schedule and just plan it all.
Yeah,
So,
just plan it all. So we'll also keep it open that we're looking for another dude to add to replace the one that kind of walked out on us here. I've had other guys kind of message me, but I'm trying to keep it in Wisconsin local for the most
Yeah.
part, so it's easier to meet up and everything else.
We
So-
could I bounced it off Nate that you guys were looking for a fourth pilot, and I don't know if he would be a good fit for the channel, or I don't know if he's even interested or not either.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was
for
all
sure.
just sort of like a text, like, well, maybe, I've been
Yeah.
working with these guys, and I told him that you guys were the ones that kind of referred that work to us and stuff. So sometime
Yeah.
we'll have to meet up, and if if we do a fly, and he comes with me a lot when I fly, so you'll probably meet him.
Yeah,
sooner.
probably.
He's a good dude.
Introduce him. Yeah. But no, I mean everything's growing for us. Still, the channel's growing. We passed over like 3,100 subscribers
I
now.
think so.
So
That's awesome.
we're doing.
Because I think you were only maybe at like 1,200 maybe when I started doing the first one, which wasn't that long ago. It's good
Dude,
growth.
No, not
and,
really.
and like I watched the channel go from like 50 to 100, and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. And then like this year, it's just been like growing to the point where I don't even
Yeah.
watch it anymore. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
We wear our shirts and stuff like that everywhere.
Oh yeah, I have
And,
a
like,
shirt.
We had people come up to us today when we were flying and asking us for our YouTube channel and all that stuff and
That's awesome.
looking at so it's cool.
I can appreciate how hard it is because I mean, my YouTube channel is obviously different content. It's mostly, it just started out as me just posting crap because I wanted to for no reason at all. And now it's kind of transitioned to more like my product line. But
Yeah.
now I try to grow my subscribers just to like for store advertising. And it's super difficult, and like
Oh yeah.
I did that one foot pedal video. It was a radio like a radio modification to do a wireless foot pedal switch. And that video hit like probably close like 2,500 views or something. That was a really popular video and did pretty well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just you got that one content that does well for 3 weeks, and now I get
No,
like
that
2
just-
views a day again.
Yeah. That's how our stuff is, and
Yeah.
even still, we'll post. What I'm trying to understand is that we have a lot of subscribers, but our views aren't the same amount as the subscribers sometimes. But that kind of fluctuates. Like you just said, you subscribe to Rotor Riot, but you probably haven't watched the video in a while, But you'll go back and watch it. So I don't think that like exactly tallies up how it should work. But just like I've released videos before that like do terribly, and sometimes I just remove them or put them private. It's like, maybe I did something wrong in that one. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something
I
didn't touch the
kind of dig
algorithm.
those analytics, yeah, but you can kind
Yeah.
of get too absorbed in trying to micromanage it too. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
When stuff works, it just
Just keep it
don't
posted.
question it too much.
Yeah.
Don't change it too much either. Probably.
Don't change. Yeah.
Hey,
So
the Tiny Whoop song's still stuck in my head. So
yeah, no, it's damn tiny
All the
whip
time.
songs. I can't even. It's because they're repetitive.
yes,
Very repetitive copy free music. But yeah. So I don't know. We'll keep at it. Look for another person to add. It'll help me make video. Rachel has at least now 3 separate videos for my video of flying the last 2 weeks together. I've been trying to fly a lot.
yeah,
That way we can pent up like video to keep releasing once a week. My goal is just at least one a video a week. And
I've wanted to do like, say you gave me something, Seth gave me something,
alternate
he gave me
the
something,
weeks.
then just like
then
Yeah.
you once, Seth next,
See, I
Turtle
think
next.
we
Yeah.
had talked about just kind of like uploading via Google Drive or something. But I think for me, maybe it would be easiest to just buy like an extra couple memory cards, and then we could just snail mail
Yeah, we could just record it. Yeah.
Because
Whatever.
man, honestly, like I get you guys way more footage than you want of my daily race practice. Because when I'm not busy, the 2 weeks prior, I was probably doing 20 packs 4 days a week. I mean, it's a lot of footage.
And so, you got that GoPro now too, so maybe you can do some video with that. That would help. Yeah, because like DVR, sometimes it's kind of hard for us. Like it seems like some of the videos, unless it's a tiny boat flying around, whenever I post DVR,
people just don't want to watch it.
They just don't watch it, and I understand. Like we're used to it because we're watching this, sketchy, glitching out seizure like video feed all the time.
Right.
But someone that's just like watching for the scenic part of it is like,
just
not gonna watch this. Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, but I'll still get some of your DVR for racing and everything because it's still good.
I gotta get my 5-inch. Let me grab my 5-inch quick. I'll show you.
Excuse me. Thank you. I just snotted all over myself.
Ew.
I gotta get this one going again. This is kind of a cool one. That's got cool. The original air unit, so it'll record the. I think what is it?
At least HD
video.
Yeah, 1080. Yeah.
HD, but it's a fast race frame. So this one I could still fly and keep up with other racers and fly similarly to how I would on the race course.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's got a smashed FC, I think.
Oh, geez.
In the shop.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll figure it out and get video posted, and if it's alternating cards and everything, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We've been playing around with those Johnny FPV LUTs. I bought those LUTs for like $60, the color grading things, and like those are hard to use. I thought it was like, oh, just buy it and put it over your video. It's like, no, you gotta layer it this way, and adjust this, and then I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I don't do that part of the edit.
Make sure
That's too frustrating.
whenever you record in your cameras, make sure your GoPro has auto exposure off. Like lock the exposure in like a lower medium light setting. Don't lock it directly into the camera, or directly into the sun. I always do like in between the sun and like just where it's dark.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Because auto exposure screws with these LUTs. I've had to edit video where if I dive in like underneath a bridge or dive, in a shadow, and I didn't auto expose or I had auto expose on, I would have to sit and chop that video up, and then chop up the LUTs for it and change the color grading for that 5-second split thing that is in the shade, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna pull out my damn hair.
Yeah, I bet, man.
But color grading's hard. It's really hard.
I only know just the tiniest bit about it. I know enough about it to know what you're talking about, but that's one of those things. I actually really like photography, man. If you look at myself, like I have just a ridiculous amount of photos on my cell phone and stuff, but editing's tough though. And like, I don't know, my buddy Joe just gave me like a bigger DSLR camera or whatever, like a Canon camera or something, and it's nice and everything, but man, I don't have, that's a whole nother realm, learning like high-end photography. I just don't have time to get like so deep into it. Now I probably will, now that I own a GoPro. I'm gonna definitely investigate.
Your GoPro does a lot.
Base level settings for sure. That's good to know with the auto exposure.
Yeah.
I planned on starting to watch YouTube and crash course like GoPro drone based GoPro settings. Night settings too.
Yep. Well, low FPS, low frames per second, especially at night too. That helps it lets in more light per picture, so it helps a lot. But these Johnny FPV LUTs, even on their notes, it says to set your FPS to 24 to 25 FPS exactly on it. Otherwise, it can mess it up.
Did you guys capture like the raw uncolored photo data then before you apply that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
is that how you would prefer video content?
Yeah, and just the crappy, almost grayish like coloring is easiest to edit the color.
Yeah.
If you have something that's already overexposed and everything, then overexposed. Did I pronounce that right?
It's not the first time.
I don't care. I'm tired. I go to bed at 7 o'clock, just so everybody knows. It's 11 o'clock at night. I normally go to bed at 7.
Yeah, you're Mountain Man.
But anyways, I guess like when it's really bright already, if the picture's already really bright, or if the shadows are really dark, you can't just make color from nothing, right? So like if there's a white spot because of it being overexposed, then there's no way of filling in that color. If it's just white and it's recorded in white, there's no way of filling it in. So so it takes, bad color scaling first. The GoPro should look pretty bad when you first added the video. And then you just start layering it. And then when you layer it and add these LUTs, then you actually have to also tweak the color tones and color everything out. Like,
yeah, then you don't have pink and purple trees.
Yeah, so like I literally will take like, and sometimes that happens. Like even in some of this, like you get a little purple and then you grab purple and you have to turn down that dial of purple and get some of the purple out of it, and not too much that it makes other stuff weird. But it's crazy.
It makes everything so crisp.
It looks cool. I just wish I could do 4K. I'm still on 1080p. That's all we've been posting is 1080p. I posted a couple 4K videos and like my computer can't handle it at all. We're looking at a new computer. But so if you want to do 4K, you can. I'll just have to dumb it down anyway.
Yeah.
So it's up to you.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. If you wanted,
just
you can
1080.
still
Yeah.
tone down 4K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It just takes a little bit longer, but 1080p, 25 FPS, and no auto exposure is the easiest setting for me to work with.
Yeah, and then for me, just let me know like the video feed you want in a video, like what you do. Just put that on the SD card.
Sure.
Leave it on the SD card.
No, he doesn't have to do that.
Well, if he doesn't want a specific recording in the video, then.
Oh, like a specific spot, you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or message me, be like, hey, I want that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I watch your video completely, and then I choose like the best spots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That might be better, like having a third party choose what they think is the best, because I don't know, people are biased about their own stuff, and like sometimes pilots think like you might think like that's awesome because it's a really technical hard move, but it might not really look that awesome,
She's done that
like
to me
else.
Yeah. She's done that to me. Like I'm like, oh man, I did this and this and this video, and I was super excited to see the video that she puts out from it, and I'm like, oh, she didn't even get that spot that I did that trick
in. Because you didn't tell me.
But I trust her view on it.
Well, I have the view of.
I
just started flying.
Yeah.
I wasn't flying before. I don't watch FPV videos that much. This is what I thought was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't really think that other stuff was cool.
If you cater towards
that probably works better.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably what
kind of pure, less biased.
Are we still here?
Yeah, I just came back.
Oh, that's weird.
Just kind of glitched.
Hey, your feet aren't towards the wall.
No, I didn't touch shit this time. It's this old computer about to catch on fire.
It heard us. It heard you talking about it.
Yeah. Well,
we can. On my to-do list, I got an old PC that still has files I got to pull off, and I got a reminder on my phone that keeps popping up like, get rid of the old files and get rid of that computer.
Yeah.
I'll procrastinate again for another year.
I should probably back the stuff that I have up on to like a big SD card terabyte thing or something before this thing blows up.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going long.
Yeah.
I feel like we should end it, but thanks for meeting up. I know Seth couldn't make it, and we still need another dude to join the podcast. So everybody knows we're looking for another pilot out of Wisconsin, preferably. That way it's easier to send video and everything else. But basically the pilot gets a free t-shirt, which I still have to get you yours. I'm sorry we haven't done an order, but I'm pretty sure I have to get you a t-shirt yet. I try to do orders together because it's so expensive. We just get them from Vistaprint.
I mean, you could get me a t-shirt too.
Yeah.
I want to try to get some Turtle Mode FPV branded, some sort of clothing merch.
I was gonna ask you that too.
I'll send you guys some random stuff as I come across it.
Yeah. Are we frozen on your screen, by the way? Because it looks like we're frozen on our end.
No, you look fine on mine.
Okay.
That's okay.
What I was gonna ask you that though is if we thought about getting some like Blade Outlaw gear and everything, would you be willing to put it on your site to sell it? Like
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not expecting any or making anything from it, but we just thought about buying like some mugs and something. I don't know, stickers or something stupid.
I like the water bottle idea.
The water bottle idea.
Water bottle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can work something out where we could just put it on. We'll work out whatever you want to put it on for.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily make money off it either, as long as I can cover my shipping and time.
I was gonna say, I just want to make sure your stuff is covered, and then on top of it, like make something off of it, because I'm not really looking to make anything off of it. I'm just looking to get the brand out there.
Yeah. So, well, I won't be looking to make much on it either, man. I'd be happy to help you get it out there. It's an insignificant thing for me to do.
Cool.
I could also help with shipping and stuff too.
Okay.
That would be what I would do on my end.
Yeah, you can figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
Alrighty.
Yeah, well, I would be happy to put it on there. Yeah, definitely keep me in mind.
Yeah. We'll let you know. It'll be easy. I was looking at like lanyards, getting custom made lanyards for the remote. Mm-hmm. And I was gonna buy the ones that were really nice, and I think I had to get the minimum. It was like $200 or $300 to get like a decent amount of the nice ones custom made, and that
we could talk about. I was looking, like, my store is powered by Shopify, but there's like 3 or 4 different apps or like companies that integrate with Shopify, and they'll do print on demand. So you just come up with a design.
There you go.
When people order it, it would like the order would come through my store, but then they just make it and ship it from that factory, and you never touch it.
If
we can
you
talk
want
about that if you want. I was considering setting that up anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that, I could always. Yeah, I can send you the logo or whatever. So that's cool. It works out perfect. But
I like that idea.
Yeah. That saves you some money up front. They take more of a percentage, but you don't have any work and you don't have any upfront costs that way.
Yeah. That'll be cool. So, alrighty. Well, for now, we'll call it a night because I'm super tired. You're tired.
I'm tired.
You got some studying to do.
I do, unfortunately. Well, it's good chatting with you guys.
Yeah, you as well.
Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thanks, you as well.
Talk to you guys soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Rachel from Blade Outlaws. We'd like to thank Turtle Mode FPV for sponsoring our video. Please be sure to check out the 7-inch heavy metal spec racing frame on turtlemodefpv.com and the YouTube channel at Turtle Mode FPV. Thank you.